Hello, welcome back to the Cornucopia. I am on today very quickly to show you guys how to make some stovetop popcorn. I know nobody probably makes that anymore because it's so easy to just buy a microwave popcorn, but you know, there's radiation in microwaves. And I try to stay away from that as much as possible, and it just tastes better on the stove, and it's fun to do with my kiddo. So me and the new one here, she's sleeping, so she's gonna have to hang out with us for today. But we're gonna be making some popcorn, and hopefully you can make this with your children, or maybe just for a girls' night or guys' night or whatever, and have some fun doing it. And you can make your own flavors for your popcorn. I might come back and do several different popcorn videos just to show you different flavors that you can make on your popcorn, rather than just regular salted. But anyway, let's go. Okay, so you just want to start out with some regular old vegetable oil, or you can use olive oil, which I'm almost out of, so I won't be using olive oil. But you can use olive oil, vegetable oil, any high heat oil that you want to use. That is, of course, if you have organic or anything like that, you use that. But you just want to pour enough oil. You just want to pour enough oil in the bottom of the pan to coat all of the popcorn. So and I'm going to make enough popcorn for us to eat and have some left over. So usually I like to do it in one of my pots that has a glass top, because it's really fun to watch the popcorn pop. Also, when you do your heat test, so it's good to put all of your kernels in. I've seen several different recipes, but it's good to put all of your kernels in at once. They try to say heat your, I've seen one recipe that says heat your oil first before you, I don't know if you guys can see how much oil is in there. So it's not much, it's just enough to cover the bottom and to coat all of the kernels. But anyway, I've seen recipes that say to heat your oil first, and I did it that way, and it was cool that way. The popcorn turned out good, but more kernels pop if you put all the kernels in first and then let the oil heat with the kernels in there. It just turned out better for me. That's the way I like it. So I'm just going to pour, because obviously with a newborn your time is limited. So I want to quickly get this done as quickly as I can before she wakes up and needs my attention. And you really don't want your corn kernels to overlap. You want them to kind of be singular in the bottom of the pot, and not in any kind of layers or whatever. So this is a bit much, but that's what mine looks like. And you kind of don't want them to overlap, just simply because you want everything to, you know, to be heated all together, and all of your kernels will obviously pop better if they're all getting the same amount of heat, because you don't want some of them to not pop and the other ones to be getting ready to scorch. So, and you want to turn this on medium-high heat. Well, not medium-high, just medium heat. And that is like in between 5 and 6 for me. My 5 is straight down at, straight down at 6 o'clock. So, and I found that when I follow recipes or I'm watching videos of somebody telling you how much heat to cut under your pot, when I first started learning to cook, it was very hard. I burned a lot of stuff because I couldn't figure out exactly what is medium high, or what is, high, or what is medium, or I couldn't figure out exactly what they meant by that. I just did what I thought it was, and clearly that wasn't it, because I burned a lot of stuff. But anyway, so that's why I tell you guys, like, I use a clock reference to tell you where on the dial to turn for how much heat to put into your under your pot. So I hope that makes sense, guys. Anyway, so we're waiting for this pot to get hot, and you're waiting for 1 kernel to pop. And as soon as your first kernel pops, then you want to quickly put your lid on top of it. And then after, this is getting hot pretty quick. And then after, it's just like microwave popcorn. You want to listen for the kernels to start slowing down, where they're not really popping as quickly. You want to wait till they start slowing down, and then you want to completely cut your fire off. And then you want to pour your butter. Well, you want to take your kernels off. You want to take your popcorn off and put your butter in the same pot that you popped your popcorn in while it's still warm, and let it melt. Let me see, I'm gonna use a different thing to put it in. And then put your popcorn back in there and your lid on to give it a toss. So toss that butter around on there. Make it all good and buttery, and salt. I think I might do a sweet and salty popcorn this time, with some brown sugar and some regular salt. And when I say regular salt, I mean sea salt or seasoning salt. Sometimes I use pink Himalayan salt, but not today. This is about to be difficult. Here, watch me struggle. I don't even know if you can see. Let's see. Maybe I should take it all out. And then just get the one I want. And then there we go. I just getting ready to pop. I better hurry up. Got a little sizzling back there. So, got this big one. Hear it sizzling, and the you see the little bubbles forming. And you kind of don't want to be standing right over it. If I had a clear top, then I'd better be able to see how they're popping or whatever. But with this one, my pot with my clear top is currently being used, so I'm just gonna have to use the ears this time. I have a taste for some popcorn. It is in the evening here. And I'm about to watch some TV with my big girl and eat some popcorn until real dinner is ready. Which tonight is greens, black eyed peas, and hot water cornbread. A no meat meal again. Sweet potato. Maybe a sweet potato. We'll see. I kind of have a taste for a sweet potato. I've been having a sweet tooth lately, and I generally don't have a sweet tooth. We don't keep candy and stuff like that around the house. Or I do buy candy, but it stays forever. We still have candy from last Halloween. It's about to be Halloween again. Do y'all want to pop or not? I'm just scared of something. But I don't know. There we go. We just got one popped. Pop that lid on there. Let the rest of them finish popping. And this is Miss Cherub. My newest addition to my precious little family. My two precious, beautiful girls. I feel like the eye isn't getting hot enough. There we go. And let me get my brown sugar. Alright. Y'all have seen this before. This is my brown sugar. I keep it in. I use so much coconut oil that I keep my containers. I like to recycle as much as I can, and this is what I have my brown sugar in instead of those cute little containers that you sit on the counter. I love the way popcorn sounds when it's cooking. And you're really supposed to shake this around on the eye constantly, like that. Alright, it's starting to slow down. Let's see what we got. Oh yeah, a pot full of good popcorn. Let's put that off. Take it off the eye. There's nothing worse than the smell of burnt popcorn. Oh, and this is going to be a trick to get this in here one-handed. Let's see. For all of you single parents out there, it can be done, y'all. It's hard, but it can be done. It may not be pretty, but it's definitely doable. So let's see. Let's see. Okay. Uh-oh. Don't be. Uh-oh. I need some help from a spoon or something. I use this wooden spatula. Butter. I like my popcorn super buttery, so you just butter yours to taste. I am going to probably, let's see, I feel like I want to use this whole thing. It's a little 3 tablespoons of butter in a full pot. I think it's I don't know what the measurement of the pot is, but it's a pretty big pot. This is pretty big, and it's almost full. And there's still more to go, so I think I'm gonna use this whole thing of butter. Put that in there. Throw some of this back on top. Not as pretty as it was going in. Let's see. Now, how am I going to shake this in one hand? I didn't know this was going to be a magic show. I do all types of tricks. Not good about the butter, babe. And salt. Let me see.
No, I'm not saying salt. I'm saying that they help.
Oh no, honey. Let me see. No, not this time. I'm gonna have to sit baby girl down just for a second. I don't know if she'll allow me or not. I'm gonna go put her in her bassinet. I'll be right back. So I am melting the butter in here, and I'm gonna go ahead and put my salt. Put about, well, salt to taste, let me just say that. And last time I put way too much salt in, so I'm not gonna put that much salt. And if I need more salt, I can put it on my popcorn when it's in my bowl. And I just put about a teaspoon of salt in there, which I know I'm going to need more than that, but I want it more sweet than anything. So I'm going to put about a tablespoon, about maybe 2 tablespoons of brown sugar in there. Don't you hate to hear oops when you're cooking? That's never a good it's never a good sign. My brown sugar, this big thing, fell out of there. You see that? Yeah. So it's gonna be sweet, but that's okay. That's what I wanted. That's still about 2 tablespoons of brown sugar. God bless you. I'm just gonna melt down the brown sugar with the butter. There's about 2 tablespoons of butter, I believe. And about a teaspoon of salt is what I have in here so far. And I'm just, the heat is just barely on. It's on number 3. Just to melt this butter. And we're going to put a little bit of cinnamon on there. Just about 2 full shakes or 3 careful shakes of cinnamon. Just get that good and stir it up. I feel like I need more butter in there. Feeding the whole counter and stove and floor with my delicious popcorn. down. My pot holders. Give this a good zhuzh. And you, of course, I don't think you would turn it upside down, but you don't want to turn it upside down because the butter would run out the top. I don't think you would do that, but you never know. I don't want you to say I didn't tell you. It does halfway sound like a good idea to turn it upside down. It would probably help to coat the stuff more. But no. Resist the urge. Don't do it. Coat it all just like you do, just like you would do fried chicken. When you're putting, you know, like a wet, like a buffalo sauce or something on there afterwards. You just want to turn it to coat it off. I want more butter than that, y'all. Gotta have more butter. It's not good enough for me. Put salt in the butter. Alright, so real butter, and I always use salted because I tell you all the time, I like salt. Don't judge. I eat very healthy. I gotta have some type of ice. And it's not, I don't need a whole lot of salt on everything, but I'm gonna put about another check my baby. Melt down another tablespoon of butter. Salt on there, about 3 pinches of salt. I think I can hold my baby for the rest of this. She here, she about to fuss. I don't want my baby fussing. I don't like my baby to fuss. Don't like my baby to fuss. I don't like my baby to fuss. Alright, so let's see. This is going to be enough. kernels in there to soak up whatever's left. Y'all know I don't like to waste stuff. So I want all of that butter out of there. On my popcorn, not down the drain. Y'all, I swear I feel like I need more butter.
When I get the butter out for you.
Oh no, baby, I got it. It's out of here.
Oh, okay. When you put that butter in some sugar and salt, it would be done.
Yes.
I think that song would actually keep her calm.
I hear. I love it. You're always making me do songs for your sister.
Oh, me.
All right. Oh goodness. Okay.
Everywhere. On it.
Believe this.
What's that?
I'm saying they're not gonna believe this. I need more salt. I mean, not salt.
Sugar?
Nope. Butter.
More butter?
Yep. One more time.
I think he's a butter cleaner.
I think so too. They are good though, y'all. It's good already. You wanna come taste that? Honey, you wanna come taste?
Let me see. Oh, I'm glad I'm showing else we're not going to see on camera.
Just watch your step. Perfectly salted this time. Alright. Now, hopefully, this is the last time I add butter. And I want to say the caramel, not caramel. The brown sugar didn't get over all of the kernels, which I like because you know you kind of get a different combination every time you grab it. Honey,
Yes?
you're too loud.
No.
I said you're too loud. You get a different bite every handful. So. That's how you know it's good when you keep eating. All right, girl. That's nice and buttered. And sometimes if you want to, you can use brown butter. It's a little bit more rich. You just let the butter melt, and then it'll start kind of sizzling. When it's done sizzling, then you want to cut it off and get it off the heat. And that's your brown butter. Brown butter is delish. Alright. I think I soaked up all of the butter in there. Alright, you guys, there you go. Homemade stovetop popcorn. Let's get a taste. Here's one with a lot of brown sugar on it. Yum. I'm gonna grab my baby. It's okay for a second. I'm about to get off. Anyway, I love you guys. Thanks for tuning in. I'm so happy I could share my baby with y'all for a minute. Let me run off of here. I love y'all. Make you some butter popcorn. And I'll see you soon. Thanks for coming to the Cornucopia. Don't forget to comment, like, give me a thumbs up, and subscribe. And come on back and hang out with me another time. Delicious, y'all.